Hello everyone. I decided to make this video. I know it's kind of random and impromptu. Before I get into that though, I want you to think about your childhood. When you were in the 90s and you thought of horror and you were a kid, much like me, you thought of Goosebumps by R.L. Stine. Probably the most famous horror book series for children there's ever been. Over the past several years, Goosebumps have been brought back into recirculation by Scholastic Books. However, there was a massive change, and it never seemed to be as popular now as it was when we were younger. The reason that is because something was missing. Something that drew our eye, something that attached to ourselves. What could that be? The artwork. Yes, Goosebumps had some of the best cover artwork ever for any book series. You could look at those images and in your head flew an imagination of scary stuff. Whether or not it was actually as scary as the covers is yet to be said. In fact, I have the one book that scared the hell out of me, and I think it's probably the darkest book they ever did in the Goosebumps series. It's called Horror at Camp Jelly Jam. Now just look at that face. That is freaking terrifying. If that doesn't scream serial killer or keep your kids away, I don't know what does. So why am I bringing up Goosebumps? Well, that kind of brings me up to my point. Recently, the artist, the original artist of Goosebumps, decided to start doing this thing where if you bought some of his artwork, which was reprints of the original Goosebumps covers, he would not only sign them, but $10 of each of them would go to a charity organization that would help feed people. I decided, why not take advantage and get something by Tim Jacobus. I got 3 separate prints signed by Tim Jacobus himself, just so you all can see how beautiful his artwork really was. So if you've never read Goosebumps, I'm sure even some of you have seen these art pieces. I decided to get specific ones that I personally enjoyed, and maybe it might convince you to get some yourself. So without further ado, let's open up this bad boy. All right. Send a thank you. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see the first one. Ah, the mascot of Goosebumps himself and the fueler of many kids' nightmares, Slappy the Dummy. Although, I don't think this was Slappy. In the first one, I believe it was called something else. I know Slappy was in the second one, but I could be mistaken. I can't really quite remember. I remember the first one being scarier than the other. Still, I got Slappy, and it's signed by Tim right there in the corner. And yes, this is an original reprint of his art piece. Oh, yes. Another one from my childhood. It never really scared me, but it always made me appreciate the idea. Welcome to Horrorland. I loved this book growing up. I thought the idea of just going to a horror theme park and then monsters being there was just such a cool concept. I think a lot of horror style theme parks like Not Scary Farm and kind of did take a little bit of inspiration from Welcome to Horrorland, just a little. I'd like to think so. And the final piece, the most legendary, famous, and best Goosebumps book, The Haunted Mask. I still to this day think Haunted Mask is the best book they ever did in the Goosebumps series. And I'm not the only one that thinks so too. In fact, I even thought when they made that Goosebumps movie, it should have been The Haunted Mask that was like orchestrating all the horror. Like maybe the mask like took over R.L. Stine and then like all of this stuff was happening because he was trying to take over the world or kill everyone or something. But I mean, just look at the detail on it. You see, I never noticed the little pigtail when I first, noticed the book cover, and the detail around the eyes, the shading, the little details of her overalls. Everything is so beautifully rendered. All of these art pieces are fantastic and gorgeous, and I am so happy that they are now a part of my collection. I will probably have to put these up during my Jack Oween videos. So look forward to those when October comes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing thingy. Make sure to check out the link below where you could check out Tim Jacobus' studio. Send him a line, tell him Jack sent you, and as always, I'll see you next time.